guys, this is Super Ty, and I'm here with Comic Book Brando, and we're going to be talking about the comics that are coming out on March 15th, which is tomorrow, which is the Ides of March. But today, Happy Pie Day as well.
It is Pie Day.
Yeah. I hope everybody gets to enjoy a nice, pastry dessert.
I actually had a slice of pie last night, a delicious cherry pie made by my friend Andrew.
Oh, that's awesome.
I ate that during a video game stream.
Nice. I had a piece of pecan pie yesterday, which was fantabulous. So I'm going to start it off. I'm going to start it off with something I've been looking forward to for a long time. This is Neil Gaiman's American Gods. This is the first time it's ever been published as a comic. It's been a novel for, God, forever, and it's actually my favorite book. I read it once a year. And there's going to be a TV show of it on Starz. If you don't really know what this is about, it's about this guy gets out of prison, kind of gets recruited, you're not sure who his boss is, and then everything starts getting a little supernaturally weird, and I'm going to leave it at that.
All right.
Yeah, love this book. I can't wait to read the comic of it.
By the way, we are watching right now as we are talking, so if you comment, we can answer your comments in a fairly direct and quick manner.
Yeah, so talk to us.
Sex Criminals 17. This follows sex police officer Keagleface. Real name, what's her real name? It's Myrtle Spurge.
That's a great name.
Yeah, that's a good name. Follows her on a case and following a particular perp, or a perp to be. They're onto it pretty quickly. So find out how this case will tie in with John and Susie's life.
Suze?
Susie?
I say Suze.
Yeah,
I'm big on nicknames.
you are.
So, my next one is Superman number 19. This is continuing the story of Superman Reborn. If you haven't read Action Comics 975, I'm not going to really say anything other than you find out who the other Clark Kent is, wackiness ensues, and Superman is getting back to his glory days of Superman-ship, I guess is the best way to put it. It's super awesome. Love this book.
I think Chad is asking us a question. Got a friend who isn't into comics, got her hooked after a Doctor Strange movie. Her first non-Doctor Strange purchase? Sex Criminals. Oh, it was a comment.
Yes.
Nice. Good choice. I put that book in the hands of many folks who are not previously into comics, but like fun, pervy stuff. It's not that pervy. It's just a good story.
Not really. Yeah.
Harley Quinn 16. Harley teams up with Power Girl and Atlee, and they get into shenanigans. Harley has a big old girl crush on Power Girl.
I do as well.
Previous issues, don't we all, really?
Yeah.
Just determined to be her
Best bud?
like crime-fighting partner.
Oh, okay.
Sidekick. So follow this issue and see glimpses of an upcoming story arc that starts off in the future.
In the year 2000? You remember that Conan O'Brien?
In the year 2000. I do.
All-Star Batman number 8. This current story arc that's going on is each issue is devoted to a certain villain. So the first issue was Mr. Freeze, and went to Poison Ivy, and now it's the Mad Hatter. The reason why I love this story arc is you're getting a lot of really great one-shots about villains that aren't being used that often. Like, I can't tell you the last time Mad Hatter was used. Can you remember?
Well, he's in a panel in the new issue of Batman.
Oh, okay.
Not very much.
Yeah. Well, he's getting front and center stage on here, and it gets weird and psychedelic in this, so I'm really stoked about this book. So, grab this.
Oh. Kill or Be Killed, number 7. This is a slightly different issue from what we've seen so far from the team of Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. Instead of our usual protagonist, this follows Kira, and we get to see how her past sort of ties in with his story.
Oh.
So you get to see it from a different viewpoint.
Interesting.
Yeah. I love this book. I love all their books. If you want to read some good, gritty comics, Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. Everything they do.
Super Sons number 2 is out. We actually sold out of the first issue, which means that it was really good. I read it. It's very fun. It's just John and Damian teaming up and getting into, I dare say, shenanigans again. We've been hitting a lot of shenanigans this this video, but I'm going to say it again because now they're kind of in trouble with Lex Luthor. So get to see what happens with that. If you're not reading this, you are missing out. It's really just like a good, pure, fun comic.
That's got to annoy Lex. He was like, not only do you have to deal with your dad,
Yeah,
who I hate,
yeah.
now your bratty kids.
Now they're chicanery.
Good switch up there.
Yeah.
Amazing Spider-Man 25 is part 1 of the Osborn identity. I don't love the name, but I'm glad to see Norman is back in the fray. This actually has multiple stories in it from different creative teams, but Dan Slott writes the return of Norman into this. Things are not necessarily going well for Peter Parker. Shock, surprise. Turns out his gadget is now not necessarily trusted worldwide.
Uh-oh.
Because of a thing he had to do to save humanity last time. I love Dan Slott's Spider-Man. I will read it for as long as he's on it and beyond. But still, he's my favorite Spider-Man writer of the past many years.
Nice.
So enjoy.
Daredevil number 18. This is the story arc called Purple, where we're kind of figuring out why nobody remembers that Matt Murdock is Daredevil. And of course, with a title like that, you have to know that Purple Man is showing up.
Oh, for sure.
And goodness, he is a mean B word, but the male version.
Bastard.
Bastard. I don't know what we can say on this or not.
Oh.
Bastard person. And it also kind of focuses on his kids, the Purple Children, which was in Mark Waid's run a whole lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, this series has been so good. I'm really loving it. Charles Soule is killing it in this. I actually just finished rewatching Daredevil Season 2 in preparation for Iron Fist, which is going to be this Friday.
You just now finished Daredevil 2, or did you read
I rewatched it.
Oh, gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha. Excellent. The Wildstorm number 2. Really loved the first issue from Warren Ellis and very excited about the entire run of this series. We had a lot of people pretty jazzed about it as well. A lot of talking, a lot of conversation, but he's building a story. I'm very jazzed to see something a little bit different from what we saw from the previous iteration of the Wildstorm universe. In that first issue, Angela Spica made a breakthrough in her research, and now her boss is going to try to kill her. So follow that along and see what other characters pop up. We got a glimpse of Grifter, and I think we get to see Jenny Sparks in this issue. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
Uncanny X-Men number 19. This is actually the finale of the series. This is kind of a cleanup from the IVX series, the Inhumans vs. X-Men, but this has been a boiler series where it's basically Psylocke and Magneto are at odds the entire time. They were originally teammates out of convenience, both trying to get what they both wanted, and that has now boiled over, and they are not happy with each other. So definitely check this out.
Yeah, big things in the forefront for Magneto we've seen.
Yeah.
Some glimpses of, so
Yeah.
watch out for that guy. Trinity number 7. Look who all's on the cover.
Uh-oh.
It's Lex Luthor, Ra's al Ghul, and Circe. That can't be good. It seems like we have another Trinity to contend with. And they find something called the Pandora Pit.
Okay.
So find out what that is. Is it like a Lazarus Pit? Not
Who
quite.
knows?
I do.
I haven't read it yet. Punisher number 10. This is by Becky Cloonan, and probably one of my favorite Punisher runs in recent memory, except for Garth Ennis's run. This is like up there. This is so good. So this is
I like Jason Aaron's run too.
Jason Aaron's run was really good too. I forgot about that Marvel Max series.
But definitely in that same conversation.
Oh yeah. So this is Frank doing his biz.
violent.
There's some really interesting lethality happening here. It's almost like Mortal Kombat fatalities happening in this book. Some interesting uses of a motorcycle. I'm just enjoying this. It's just fun. It's
just great fun murder.
Yeah, it's great fun murder. So awesome. Check this out, please.
Batman 19. Bane is after the Bat. So the Bat employs this last-ditch weapon that he would ever even consider pitting against Bane. Turns out he's got the criminals of Arkham Asylum trying to stop pain for him.
Oh.
Yeah, so see how far the breaker of the bat gets through his entire rogues gallery. Most of his rogues gallery.
That's awesome. That's a really cool cover by Tim Sale.
Yeah.
I'm loving that. Sam Wilson, Captain America. This is issue number 20. This is... a lot of things are wrapped up in this issue, but it also kind of builds to the next storyline that's happening. I don't want to give too much away, but also kind of like Uncanny X-Men number 19, this is a boiler issue where just everything is about to, explode.
Boil over.
Yeah, and poor Sam, he's really good Captain America. I've loved this series, and I still do, and he's just, nobody's really having him, It's a bummer, because everybody in this book is just like, not my captain. And it's really awesome. I can't tell you anything else because I don't want to give anything away, but a lot of major things happen in this.
Batwoman number 1. Kate Kane is out to do the things that Batman can't. She's trying to find out what exactly that is and do it all. Now this is going to take her into dealings with some people from her past. So we're going to learn a little bit more about Kate Kane as she goes on this quest to prove herself to herself. Good stuff, though.
Got God Country number 3. There's also a third printing of issue number 1 coming in, as well as some second printings of issue number 2 coming in as well tomorrow. Anyways, technicalities out of the way. This is one of my favorite new series because Donny Cates is killing it. It's about this old man, gets his magic sword, mayhem follows afterwards. This issue gets really action-packed. There's a lot of really crazy stuff that's happening in this one. And you finally find out why his sword is called the God of Swords.
Oh,
something really cool happens in this. I'm enjoying the hell of it, and you should too.
Nice. Venom number 5. So as we know, the Venom symbiote has returned from space and got separated from Flash Thompson. Bonded with Sergeant Lee something. What's his last name? I forget.
Sergeant Lee.
Sergeant Lee. Lee Sparks. Lee Price.
Lee Price.
All right. So, and he's been trying to win the affections of Black Cat, the current kingpin of crime.
That's a tongue twister.
Yeah, man. So, anyways, he runs into Spider-Man, and chaos ensues. Also, the world is finding out exactly who Venom is now.
I do love that in Dan Slott's run of Spider-Man that Black Cat is now like the crime lord. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I really like that they've given her that position. Kingpin vacated it, and basically his protege, not really intentionally, but he was the guy who gave her the powers. So,
yeah. Invincible number 134. This is continuing the end of all things, the very last story arc of Invincible. If you haven't been caught up on this, man, there's some grotesque violence happening in this book, and so that's one reason I love it. But also, it's kind of focusing. Everybody's taking a little break before the big battle is about to happen. There's some actually really genuinely sweet, funny parts in this issue, as well as some stand your ground moments. So, I'm enjoying this. You should too.
The Mighty Thor, number 17. She's just gotten back from one battle, and just as she's about to continue her treatments and get some well-deserved rest, she was swept up into a war with the Shi'ar. Now she's having to do like this contest of the champions, not literally a contest of the champions, but
right?
Like this god contest kind of thing.
God battle. That could work.
And is she going to get a break? Is she going to get any help? Don't know. A lot of cosmic, a lot of big challenges in this one, so the fight goes on.
Issue 5 of Ether is the last issue of this story arc. This is another one of my favorite series going on right now. Matt Kent is doing a really great job with David Rubin. Basically, this guy, he discovers this other dimension that he can get into, and he's exploring it. But this issue is very much about his backstory and how he got to the level and depth, the highs and the lows that he's experiencing in this series. So, a lot of really cool flashbacks. Almost had backflashes.
Backflash.
Backflashes. So...
It's when you get images of your own back.
yeah. It's when you see your butt in a mirror. It's like, yeah.
Backflash.
Backflash. So, this I love this series. It's very psychedelic. There's a lot of mysteries happening in this. Please pick this up. It's awesome.
East of West number 32 continues the series with sort of an alternate America.
Mm-hmm.
Following different events, different countries. Pretty quirky, pretty intense.
Yeah. Not happy. Nobody's really a happy person in this.
It's rough. It's really good.
Yeah, it's
so
great.
Hard to explain.
I love it.
It's just like there's like Hickman always has these like little sort of like comments and
on the back of
little
it,
messages and stuff. And one of the ones in this one was. Just because you can't see the strings doesn't mean you're not a puppet.
Oh man,
that's the kind of, and that's perfectly, details what this book feels like. So
yeah.
If you're not reading East of West, you should get caught up.
Yeah. Eclipse number 5 is coming out. This is actually the beginning of a new story arc. We finally figured out the big mystery from the first story arc, and now this is a little more slice of life in this post-apocalyptic future, where you kind of see how living in a world where sunlight will literally burn you up, how you get by in your day-to-day life with it. And then, new mystery is happening. So, I love this series. It's a future detective series, and that's really cool. I like that kind of genre. You know, it awakened in me with Blade Runner, and anytime future detective happens, I'm all about it.
Nice. Saw, I guess it was the same trailer, but saw on the big screen.
Oh, the trailer for the next Blade Runner?
Blade Runner movie. Pretty interesting.
Oh my god.
Not sure what that means.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. It's going to be awesome.
Star-Lord number 4. Peter Quill has been grounded in New York after fighting with his own Guardians pals. And he is sentenced to community service.
Yep.
So he's been hanging out with an old guy.
Mm-hmm.
The old guy actually happens to... his son runs the bar with no name. And then he runs across some... not shenanigans. Runs into some... a darker side of this bar that we've seen before in Marvel comics plenty of times. So follow along as Peter gets into more trouble.
Yeah.
Written by Chip Zdarsky of Sex Criminals art fame.
Yeah. Lord of Shenanigans. Chip
Lord
Zdarsky.
of Shenanigans.
I just wanted to say it again.
That's good.
I am so happy that this is coming back. This is Headlopper number 5. If you know me, then you know that I love titles that give away the plot premise in the title. And that's what this book's about. It's about this guy chopping off heads. Pure and simple. He also has a witch's head that he carries around that won't die, and it's constantly making fun of him. So there's a little bit of a little buddy cop kind of situation going on there. It's just pure fantasy action book. That's the best way I could describe this series. So, if you haven't picked this up, pick this up. A cool thing about it is a very huge book. There's like 60 pages going on in this for one low price. So, grab it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Fantasy as you like it.
Yeah.
Island. I'm not sure if this is the last issue.
I've been hearing that it is, but I'm not sure.
This has been I know I think it's like canceled, but this has been like an anthology series put out by Image, featuring like a lot of indie creators, really cool stuff. This issue contains a Pop Gun War item by Farrell Dalrymple. It's also got a multiple Warhead story by Brandon Graham, who sort of like...
He's the editor.
He kicked off this Island project, and a story by Grim Wilkins and Dilraj Mann. It's been a great run, and it's nice to see this kind of book exist for a while. I wish it would keep going, but check it out. Get the whole series.
This is such a good week. Did you know that?
This is a good week, yeah.
Because goodness, another series that I'm very happy is back is I Hate Fairyland. So, I'm not even going to give you the premise of this story. You should just be reading this. Come in here, pick up the first volume. We have it, and you will thank us later.
Alicia will tell you all about
Alicia, I will. Everybody will, because this is something that I'm almost making required reading here. So, poor Gert, after the last story arc, she was about to be done with Fairyland, but nope. And now she is at a dungeon con. So she's meeting all these people that are idolizing her and cosplaying as her.
That would go well.
Yeah, and it has all of the main tropes of I Hate Fairyland: senseless violence, very inventive cuss words. It's so great. Scotty Young.
Just when she thought she was out, they pulled her back in. Harley Quinn, Volume 1, Die Laughing. This collects the first story arc of her Rebirth series. Also by Connor and Palmiotti, continuing what they were doing before with DC New 52. I love that this series kept going, like, as it was. You know? I was really enjoying the book before. I was kind of sad that there's going to be a complete, like, revamp, and this is one of the few that escaped that. Not that there was anything wrong with that. A lot of those books needed it, but Harley was just fine. So I'm really enjoying this. Pick this up. This is the latest chapter, and she's a favorite character. So I'm going to stay on board as long as it's fun.
Nice. This is my last single issue, and it's another one that has been on hiatus for a while, and is finally back. This is Warren Ellis's Injection. This is the weirdest book, and I love it. So the basic premise is there's this think tank that's out there to stop the bad stuff from happening. And by bad stuff, I don't mean like a dude with a gun. I'm talking like monsters out of the ground kind of stuff. So this is a new story arc that happened. Last story arc kind of focused on another character, so this will, I think each story arc is just going to focus on one character of this think tank. So this is a new one. She's a little kitted out cybernetically, you know, and oh man, troubles are coming. So if you like Warren Ellis, if you like Declan Shalvey, the artist, if you like just great sci-fi and or sheer wackiness.
Sheer wackiness.
Sheer wackiness.
It's the same thing you used to describe a Roadrunner cartoon.
Yes.
The Silver Age, Batman Superman World's Finest Collection. Great big softcover collection of late 50s, early 60s adventures of the world's finest heroes. Of course, Robin appears, and you've got all their cast and characters. I love these Silver Age DC books. Those are wacky.
Yes.
And a little insane. Always entertaining. These are great books. I love the trade dress for them. Beautiful stuff.
Okay, I'm going to switch gears into something very dark. This is called Providence. It's by Alan Moore. It's kind of his ode to Lovecraftian lore. It's about this reporter who kind of has a secret about himself in the early 1900s. And he's kind of going around New England trying to figure out all these really weird stories that he's been hearing about monster people and unsettling things. And that's probably the best word for it. It's very unsettling. There's always something in the corner of your eye in this. This is a very nice hardcover. It's by Avatar Press. It's a really good price point, and this is the beginning of the series. I believe the series is over now, but this is the collection of the first 4 issues.
Alan Moore and Jason Burroughs have spent a lot of time in the Lovecraft space, so it's always pretty dark and creepy, and a lot of the unexpected happens. So if you are into that and are of adult reading age...
Yes, this is nowhere close for kids. Oh my god.
Yeah. Bart Simpson, Sucker Punch. You know, one of the best comics that gets overlooked a lot are the Simpsons comics. And Bart Simpson, and all the tie-ins, and all the various one-shots, and Treehouse of Horror, and all that. They're a blast. And this collection has some more Simpson stories. I love it, if for no other reason than the amazing Street Fighter homage cover with little Goro Ralph.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So good. So good. I'm just going to show off his mad ice cream eating Goro skills right there. So good. Yeah, I love Simpsons comics, and I never get a chance to talk about them because it's just never on the forefront of what's hot and what's going on. But
they've been going on forever.
I was in junior high. I think
Yeah.
they started coming out.
Yeah, I think I was like probably like 5th grade, something like that. Simpsons have been around longer than my little siblings have been alive.
Mm-hmm.
They've never lived in a world without the Simpsons. That's a utopia for some people.
I mean, you could be fairly old now and not have
Yeah.
lived. Yeah.
Wolverine versus the Marvel Universe. This is a collection of his greatest hits against his friends and allies. This has him versus Captain America. This has him versus Spider-Man. This has him versus the Hulk. Not his first appearance, but like the that iconic issue where he's, holding up his claws and the Hulk's reflected in him.
Hulk 340.
Yeah, so there's a lot of good stuff. It also has the actual miniseries of Wolverine versus the Marvel Universe, which involves like this apocalyptic tale of this plague that's kind of like turning everybody into cannibals. And so him, Punisher, and Captain America are all fighting everybody. There's a really cool scene where the Thing, you see him show up, and he has this necklace that has people's hands on it. And I'm like, oh no, not the ever-loving blue-eyed Thing.
Gruesome.
Yeah, it got dark.
Eek.
Dark.
Deadly Class Volume 5. We're in kind of a hurry right now. He's got to get to a show.
Yeah,
so
South by. Sorry.
speed right along. We kind of took a little bit too late getting ready, but this is a fun series set in the 80s, following like basically a class of assassins. Great book. It's been consistently fun and violent and cool. So if you like those things, check out Deadly Class.
Justice League of America, JLA by Brian Hitch. This was kind of a big deal for me because I love Brian Hitch's artwork. He's one of the pioneers of big screen comics, with the Ultimates and the Authority, stuff like that. So this is his mini-series about the god of Krypton, which is Ra-O, which I thought was just the sun, but apparently it was also the god of Krypton. He shows up on Earth and he starts fixing everything, but is that a good thing or a bad thing? Yeah.
Mr. Punch. Actually, the full title is The Comical Tragedy or Tragical Comedy of Mr. Punch. This is by Neil Gaiman and Dave McKean. Gorgeous art. This is one of the first comics I read that wasn't superheroes. And so I've had a lifelong love of it. This is the 20th anniversary edition. Just a gorgeous book that is grim.
Yeah.
That's pretty grim.
Pretty grim.
But I recommend it if you're a fan of those guys. I love Dave McKean's artwork.
Yeah.
Fantastic story.
Are we still rolling?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I believe so.
So you actually have some more than I do. Go for your next one.
All right. Haunted Love, the unholy spawn of haunted horror and weird love.
I think that was my birth announcement with my parents set out.
You are the spawn of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, mostly horror stories with some romantic overtures, pre-code horror. Love all of these beautiful Yowie books by IDW.
Mm-hmm.
They're just well curated and awesome horror and just attractive on the book, despite all the corpses and whatnot.
Yeah. Okay. So I got some merch here that's going to be awesome, and I know a lot of people have been waiting for these, but they are finally out. It is the Bombshell action figures by DC Direct. We got them all here. We got Poison Ivy, Wonder Woman, Harley Quinn, and Batwoman. I think the Batwoman one's the coolest, in my opinion, because she comes with the bat. I don't understand why Poison Ivy is in her underwear, but, whatever. It's just, everybody else is wearing, like,
Well, that's what she was wearing in that cover.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, so, I'm a fool. I'll be the first to admit it.
I mean, they're all wearing about the same level of clothing.
Yeah, but a lot of people have been waiting for these, and I'm really happy that they're out. I think they're very cool, and I think it's such a cool concept, the bombshells kind of thing.
Bombshells have been very, very, very popular. The Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess, all new manga, brand new adventure of Link. So this will be very popular. We've got a lot of them. Zelda is always cool and is right now the talk of the town with the new game for Nintendo Switch.
Oh, yeah.
So check this out. We always do well with Zelda manga. It's very popular. So if you love that world and can't get enough of it, there you go.
So my last one, as always, is the Sidekick Special of the week. This is a really awesome one because it is 3 books. It is Strike Force Morituri. If you're not familiar with this series, it's an overlooked gem, in my opinion.
We who are about to die salute you.
It's about these, so this alien force called the Horde shows up, and we can't fight them. We're kind of screwed. But then some scientists figure out the Morituri, what is that exactly? The Morituri process, which will give people superpowers to fight, but they'll be dead in a year. So win or lose, their fate's already sealed. It's like, that's it. So, and this is the entire series. And all together, if you add them all up, I'm not great at math, but what's 35 times 3? That's what? 115? Something like that? 105. So, wow, I'm really bad at math.
Hey, close.
It's $105 usually. This is 30 bones. That means it's $10 for each book. You got to get them all as a set, and you will not regret it.
Oh yeah, it's a fantastic, another way overlooked series from the 80s that Marvel had put out. It was really cool.
Yeah.
And, forgotten because there weren't any sequels or anything like that.
Yeah, it was just this series. That was it.
It's awesome.
Yeah, and nobody ever came back to it or anything. It was awesome. So that's it for this week. A couple of really cool things that are going to be coming up, and then I got to scoot and go play the drums somewhere. So first off is we're having our next...
Go play the drums somewhere.
I'm playing at a brewery. Cool.
Fourth Tap.
I'm gonna have a beer.
It's up on Metric.
Yeah, it's Metric and Kramer. I'm playing at 8 if you guys want to come. We have our next LGBT night. That is going to be April 7th. That's going to be from 7 to 10. That's Friday.
Rainbow Bash 2.
Rainbow Bash 2. I'm very stoked about this one, so please come on down. We are... Not a lot of people know this. This is our 40th anniversary.
It is our 40th anniversary.
Yeah, 1977 to now.
Happy 40th anniversary.
You as well, buddy. I'll buy you something pretty.
We gotta get each other some rubies.
Yes, exactly. So one thing that we think would be kind of cool, or I think would be kind of cool that I want to do is I'm going to be interviewing people. So I would like to interview, if you used to work at Austin Books, come on down or give me a call and we can try and, do a little interview and release that. Or if you've been a customer that's been coming here forever, if you're a brand new customer and, talk about Austin Books. So don't worry, I'm going to get you on this one.
It all began in 1999.
It began in 2008 for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Anything cool with you?
Tune in about an hour over at Outlaw Moon Games Facebook. We're going to be playing some D&D. Team Frost is up against a couple hill giants and
Those damn giants.
Ogres launching goblins from catapults on their armor.
Nice.
And these little spiked helmet goblins. It's going to be hilarious.
Excellent. Well, that's going to be it for us. You can follow me at SuperTiDenton1. You can follow him at
Comic Book Brandon. And
you can follow both of us at Austin Books, and we will catch you next time. And I'm going to do this while we turn off the camera. Later.